Hey, everybody. All right. I think we left off with our dear buddy Leah with your new spell, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was quite effective, as we do recall. Kind of pulsed out from the mountain close to your proximity. However, it was pretty loud, and it was not the most subtle of things. Very effective, not very subtle.
Maybe the spell slot was too high.
As it did kind of go out in 3 larger pulses, I do need you to roll a d100.
Oh, I love doing that.
Or maybe you mischanneled the sound?
After about 30 seconds, it begins to snow.
30 seconds or 31 seconds?
32. Snow begins
Did you
to
say
fall.
it begins to smell?
Snow.
Oh, snow, okay.
And then it gets heavier and faster. And the wind begins to pick up into a blizzard.
I think I made the clouds angry.
Or made something angry.
The ship begins to kind of rock back and forth. Do you have anti-blizzard, Tanya?
Hold on, maybe I can come up with it real quick.
Oh, hey, Leah, why don't you use your apparatus? Oh.
Do I have anti-blizzard with that D100?
You pulled your hands up into the air and you close your eyes? Not particularly, no. But it is really, really cold.
Still getting pelted myself.
Tanya looks disappointed.
Now, is it just snow or is there also ice flying?
It's really hard to tell. Would you like to make a perception check at disadvantage, Ari?
Well, I imagine it would be pretty easy to tell if ice is flying because you can pelt it by it.
I mean, it's hard to see anything at this point. You know there's snow. There could be ice, or you could stand in one spot long enough and find out. Up to you.
If you want to get technical, snow is...
Yeah, that's not bad.
Isn't snow technically just small ice?
You don't see any larger chunks
No.
of ice at this point. It's just very, very heavy amounts of snow. But the ship is having a little bit of trouble, like staying in one spot and moving a bit. What do you guys want to do?
There you go, Techno. Snow is actually ice.
No, just they're made from the same thing. That doesn't make them the same thing.
It's an ice crystal. It's ice. Ice is in the name.
Hey,
Yeah,
no ice here.
for recall correctly, rubies and sapphires are made from the same crystal composite. That doesn't make them the same thing.
It's frozen water. It's ice, Techno.
You feel the ship veer to the right, and you guys kind of hold your balance a bit.
I'm gonna get in Rosie and have Rosie hold tight onto the ship.
Sure.
Everything all right, Captain?
Little busy. And the ship is like they're trying to kind of level it out and keep it level and balanced.
It sounds like he's got it under control.
It's like, are we there?
Daria will try and make her way over to the side and holding onto the rail, take a look.
You don't
I can't
specifically
see anything.
Yeah. But you do see like the mountain where it kind of pulsed from, but like everything is just white.
I don't know, should I do it again to check?
What would Jambo say?
Jebbo has never felt snow on his face, so he probably thinks he's dying.
I also approve of this.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Maybe we should land?
It's like that's probably best, yes. It's like this is close here, safe.
Close enough?
He kind of looks about and he's trying to get his bearings too, but he can't really gauge anything off of the storm.
It's better than falling.
He just kind of like looks back. Only if you're not falling with style. And then he begins to lower the ship down. It's kind of a rough landing, but you guys kind of land in a it's a little uneven, like a little bit of a slope, but other than that, fairly flat. The snow kind of helps you stick in place.
How prominent is the blizzard down here?
It's pretty tense. Your ship is, I mean, it's larger. It's not a large airship, but it's decently large. So, yeah, I mean, you can kind of make camp in there. Totally up to you guys. Yeah, 40 people can figure it out.
I think wandering out in this blizzard might be a bad idea.
You're
Just gonna be
probably
in.
right.
Just gonna make her way back inside.
As you walk inside, you are greeted by one of the additional retainers they had brought on to serve the rest of the crew, and you're met with a cup of hot chocolate. And then you watch as they
She's
pull out
also
like
been.
a burnt vanilla stick and they throw it in your hot chocolate for you.
How thoughtful.
She smiles, tries to take her cup of hot chocolate. And as she's walking, the snow just kind of melting off of her.
All right, so you go back inside.
Thank you.
Ah, yes. So what's the plan?
Take a seat.
I meant all of you.
Based on how fast we were going and how far it was, can I try and guesstimate how far away we might be?
Sure. Make just make an intelligence check. I can remember your wonderful drow mathematics classes. Like, okay, the angle, yep, and then I would shoot him. Oh, but I'm not shooting yet. Okay, yep, okay, yep. You gather the entrance should be somewhere like within like it's probably like 1,000 feet away, and somewhere within like a 200, 500 foot radius, something like that.
Okay, so close enough.
Probably not the best idea to go out in a storm unless you could do something about that, but up to you.
Alright, did anyone speak to the elderly men and learn the clear sky shout?
You do have an elderly old man on your ship. I'm just saying.
Old man yells at clouds.
Clouds go away.
Actually, hold on.
Get
I should
off
check.
my sky, you damn youngins.
That would be the best thing if he had that. It's been a hot minute.
I guess we're snowed in for a bit.
He's talking to you people. Yeah, nice south the weather.
So, what do you think? Think the blizzard is from some kind of giant creature, or think it's because we're so close to the tomb and maybe disturbed something,
Or if the Winter Queen picked
or
up on it,
awoken the Winter Queen?
very well. You're experimenting with a new spell that you haven't quite honed in its range and abilities, telling what else it pinged or alerted.
Cannot change weather.
Or maybe there's some reason.
Cannot change weather yet.
Ah!
Say, can either of you tell if this storm is magical in nature?
I've
Or
never
just
had to
a
wonder
freak
if
storm of
storm
snow?
was magical before. I mean, I can try.
It's worth a shot.
I'm gonna step outside and I'm gonna ponder the snow to see if it feels magical.
Do you stick your tongue out or no?
Do you have detect magic?
No, this is better. Shh. You don't have free detect magic. Totally not.
Well, you didn't think of it.
After
Mia comes back in a snowman cosplay.
after sampling the snow, I do cast detect magic.
You don't have to cast it. You have it for free. See, focus. You don't see any magic. It appears to be normal snow, at least within the radius you can detect magic. But it does taste quite nice.
Fresh.
Very soft. Roll a constant no.
Once I get my
The
character
snow
mirrored
is
here into
too
this,
fresh. It's poisoned.
Just a little bit.
I'll head back in.
Alright, so you head back inside where it is warmer. It's not as warm as it could be, but it's warm enough for the moment. They did just land. But probably better than being outside for sure. At this point, Oliver kind of climbs up part of the taller part of the ship and kind of looks about. And then he yells down to Calum to look about, hoping he could see a little bit further. And he yells down to you guys. Should we do something to hide where we are? We're kind of out in the open.
We're in the middle of a blizzard covered in snow.
Yeah, that just means we can't see.
How do you hide better?
Better. And
Alright,
he
you're
just
asking a
taps on
rogue
his
how to
head.
hide better.
put a white tarp over us.
Waves his hand over his face and disappears.
I mean, if you have ideas.
No! Rogue!
Oh, good. Then we're in
I think
agreement.
we could put a white tarp if we have one big enough.
We're covered
I
in
don't.
snow.
I don't think we're gonna have a big enough tarp.
In the middle of a blizzard. What can see?
You hear the
To
captain
even
yelling
see us.
from behind you. I don't think a carp would be handy in this situation! There is a blizzard. It is hard to hear.
Hmm. Can Sora see if she can see out into the blizzard?
You can certainly try.
Disadvantage?
It is disadvantage, yeah.
Perception.
Oh.
Dang.
You dropped that 20 on from me.
You do look about where you currently are.
I would have gone
What Sora
outside.
failed to mention to us is that she's used to having to see through blizzards. She had to walk, to her monastery where she was training, uphill in snow, barefoot, both ways.
Mhm.
You're not too
I
far
had
off.
Crocs.
You do see
That's worse.
the slight outline of what looks like a smaller valley kind of off a bit from where you are. You're other than that, you're like in a flat kind of plain almost. A tundra. Ooh, we'll use that. Yeah. We never get to use that.
There's a valley over that way. I think.
Okay.
Really hard to see.
Yeah, other than that, it's just snow. Flat.
And other than that, it's completely flat.
She'll let her bird peek over her, or is beside her. I don't see anything other than a lot of snow and wind.
I look at anyone else to see if they're surprised.
You see a couple of people just shaking their head. Most of the crew at this point is like trying to. They're not super experienced with this. They typically fly like warmer climates. They did prepare a little bit though. Thankfully, they did also have the same warmers you guys are wearing were also installed on the ship on the hull, just to help it not, you know, be hindered if you need to get out in a hurry.
Mhm.
And it helps kind of keep it warm. But yeah, so you are fairly secure. You have a little impromptu camp here, at least for the moment. Secure enough.
Anyone have snowshoes?
The captain makes
No.
you do. The captain will send someone to fetch him. We did know we were going to the snow.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
If it would work, or if there's a way I could alter it if I cast Ritual for Water Walking, since that's frozen water, basically. Could we walk on top of this?
You know what? I would say, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Do you want to try to use this in conjunction with the shoes they have available, or just in lieu of?
I would say in lieu of, because those are cumbersome to use, especially when you're not used to using.
Okay.
Now we
You
can
know what?
carry them with us in case it gets dispelled or I get unconscious.
Yeah, they're not heavy. You can just put them on your
We can
packs.
keep them in our packs.
Let me read this really quick, but I'm feeling this at the moment
They
because it's
shouldn't be
hilarious.
it's not that much of an alteration.
It's really not. So let's see. This spell grants up to 10 willing creatures. We'll have to confirm who's going. Oh no, water breathing. Wrong spell. Water. You know what?
And I mean, depending
I'm gonna allow
on
it.
how you count it, snow could definitely qualify as a liquid.
You know what? I'm gonna allow this. Why not?
Say I
What's
can
a
get-
liquid?
It's not. It's a frozen state of a
Snow.
liquid. It's rain.
Snow is
that's
a
frozen.
solid.
Yeah, but it's
Snow's not
frozen
solid.
rain.
Yes, it is.
It's a crystallized
If you
form
put
of
snow in a
rain.
container, it tries to fill
I
up the
don't
area.
think it says liquid though, does it?
No, it wouldn't be
No,
a
it's
liquid.
liquid.
It's the solid form of rain being crystallized. But
But I don't think the spell specifically says liquid.
the ability to move across liquid surfaces such as water, acid, mud, snow. It is actually in there. Never mind. Snow, quicksand, and lava.
Boom.
So snow
Oh.
is in there.
Done.
I don't have to alter it.
Well,
It's actually in
obviously,
there.
wizards on the coast doesn't know what snow is.
You target a creature.
Also,
okay,
snow does.
I can get 10
meet the
willing
definition of
participants, and
liquid.
it lasts
No,
an
it
hour.
doesn't. It quite literally is a solid. You can't argue this, Techno.
Now, technically,
Fun fact,
know
did you know
techno canon,
glass
though.
is actually a liquid?
What did you say, Ferris?
I was saying I can get 10 willing participants. Technically, since it's a concentration spell. Wait, no, actually, it's not a concentration spell. So
It's not.
I could cast the ritual twice, and one group would just expire in 50 minutes versus the 60 minutes for the other. So I could get several people, but 10 people for an hour.
That'll make for the best hour moment ever. Half the party just drops through the snow.
Right above a pit.
There you go. Yeah, no, you can do it. It's not concentration. So if you want to blow some spell slots, you would need to confirm who all's going. I don't
Well, it's a
think
ritual
you
spell,
need
so
tons of people.
it's a ritual. So I just
Well,
need to know how many.
But as far
people.
as just you, in general, you would have to confirm who's going.
Right. Do we have more than 10?
In total, you have about 42 because they took on 2 of the retainers that are doing the food and whatnot. Not all of those are adventurers. The majority of those are your typical crew.
Are there any other priests with us?
There are. Thorn, the Dragonborn, he's a cleric.
Now, what if we got
Um,
all the other priests to work together on the same ritual at the same time? Can we get a larger group? Or at least
Well, it's not
each
even a matter of
participating
like
person
getting
adds extra
everyone
10.
covered. It's just like who are you bringing into your while you're searching for all this, and who's staying back at the ship.
Right.
But yeah, you got everyone covered. Don't even worry about that.
Okay.
That's easy enough with everybody. You got your snowshoes covered, but yeah, you could bring those with you. So what's your plan, peeps?
So what is Rosie's snow specs?
Oddly enough, you'd never designed anything in for snow because it's very rare for us to be anywhere near it, typically. You actually hadn't been to the snow since we were... Actually, you weren't even in the Delve. So yeah, you've...
Rosie equips flamethrower.
Hey, makes sense.
She just
I mean, you're pretty-
transforms into a snowmobile.
You're fairly smart, so you could at least plan for snow. But yeah, there's nothing specifically that's been added to Rosie. Rosie's made more for like general movement. Your sphere probably not the best in the snow. Actually, does water walk is only on people, or can it do non-people? Because this might be awesome if it doesn't matter.
What about water walk?
I'm double checking if water walking only affects people.
This is up to 10 willing creatures.
Rosie's a creature. Sign my petition. Make Rosie a creature.
You know what? It doesn't say it has to be a living creature. It just says creature.
Mm-hmm.
Robots are creatures.
I was gonna say that's right. Golems and stuff count as creatures.
You technically could use your sphere transportation of Rosie on the snow as long as someone casts it on Rosie.
Sounds good.
And there's the second greatest regret I ever made.
Oh, what was the first?
Oh no, I have many. Don't worry.
Is the book one of those regrets?
No, the book was hilarious. Tuesday's actually getting close to dealing with a lot of the consequences of what happened with the book. So
I love that for us.
You're gonna have
Great.
to keep. You're gonna have to keep me up to date on what problems that book causes.
Thanks a lot, Dark.
No problem.
don't worry, they get to meet Dark pretty soon too. Actually, I think you already met Dark at one point.
I think we did.
You met him in the sewer.
Although, like, not face to face, I think
Yeah,
we
yeah.
saw him, but
You were
he,
hiding
I
behind
don't think
things.
saw us.
But yes.
And kids, this is why you don't read random books you're given out
Read
loud.
books, children. It's bad for your health.
Specifically out loud.
The more you know.
Yeah, it's specifically out loud.
Oh yeah, 'tis true. Don't read them out loud. Words to live by.
Crazy
Especially
pepper
books that require your blood to read.
I'm just saying, someone didn't bring a goddamn robot on the ship.
All right, water walkers. What are you doing other than water walking?
Putting on
So-
warm weather or cold weather clothing. Just
Are you gonna? So it is about 2:00 in the afternoon by the time you get here.
oh,
So,
So,
what's
you
the
guys just
plan
put-
if we're going out there? Sure, Theris' spell can help us walk in the snow, but still can't see anything.
I don't know. We were just tired to bring you here. We're
I
not
don't
really a
think
bunch of
it's-
snow people.
It's not that far. According to my calculations.
Ooh,
is it the
calculations.
direction of the ravine?
Water sight? What?
Like dark vision, you can see through water liquids.
What?
We should have
Yes,
brought
I can see
Daredevil.
through liquids. I just can't see through solid liquids.
Yeah, you've seen it. It's just now there's a blizzard after your spell went off, so it's a little bit harder to see. You had the general idea of where it is, and he was able to kind of see the valley it's set in. But whether or not you go out in the storm is up to you. But it is 2:00. Not that I'm counting or have any timers of any type at all.
It's a shame we don't still have those sending stones.
Oh, we have them still.
You do.
Didn't
You
we
never
get
got-
rid of them?
I don't think you got rid of them. You don't use them.
Pretty sure we got. Well, I thought we
I
got
think
rid
we-
of them after.
Yeah, I know you talked about it. I don't know if you guys ended up.
after they were
dumping them out.
compromised.
Oh no, Sora kept hers. She sends a message to the one Leah had often. Kind of hopes Omash has it. Just bugs him.
Yeah, we can still use them. It's just we have a listener, maybe.
Mhm.
So we should use them then.
I imagine that you guys like every night before bed like send the most random fucking messages to each other just to see if he's listening.
As long as it's nothing important, I think it's fine for basic communication.
I mean, if Ari threw
Ah.
hers away,
I will replace them when I can.
I mean, I kept mine.
You kept yours because you want to make funny voices at homage.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've heard you at night. Yeah, we can say we have them still.
Oh dear.
So do we venture out?
Well, it's that or wait for the storm. If the storm will actually subside.
I think my little beam probably drew some attention, and if we do not go quickly, I fear that we might have some visitors soon.
That's... Hmm. Are you guys gonna be alright if we head out?
I'll be fine.
Who else is going to go? Would be a good question. I mean, the crew's not
I imagine
hopeless.
Ari.
So there's you guys, the 2 Dragonborn, the
'Cause
elf, the 2 humans,
Don't forget Jambo.
Jambo, Lad, but he doesn't fight. Eltwin's actually on the ship too, as a reminder. And Allie and her people, which is 3 Inquisitors. I think that's everyone. Sounds about right.
Let's take people who might actually know a thing about this place.
Allie's the one who found it. So I think of all of us, she's the one who probably knows the most about it.
It's like, oh, thanks. Sure, I'll go.
I don't know if Sir Astral is fit to travel.
He's currently
No.
sitting inside, like in a big ass robe, drinking hot chocolate with his feet up by a fire.
He looks comfortable. I don't want to disturb him.
Mhm.
He also has no armor or items at all. You found him naked in the tunnels.
Photos. Or has he received clothing?
Oh, he has
Beyond the
clothing
cloak.
now, but when you found him, he didn't have clothing, and you gave him the cloak to cover up with. Now he has clothing, and he's in a big robe. So, Allie,
I can't imagine Elwin would want to come.
She just kind of glares at you.
Yeah, maybe we don't bring Elwin.
where do we keep? He's in. Do you keep him locked up in his room still, or do you keep him locked up, or do you just put him in a room?
If people locked his door, I would just unlock it. So I let him free range.
So we just kind of let him sit on there in hopes that he just wants to preserve himself and will stay.
Yes.
Perfect. It works perfectly.
Oliver, do you want to come?
Oh, of course. Caleb will come too, right, Caleb? He nods as he's putting on like a bunch of furs.
I suppose that's probably good then, right?
The Dragonborn like, we'll take good care of the ship.
We'll trust it to you.
He nods.
Elf says nothing. Okay. So, as the crew is making camp and kind of getting the ship kind of semi-settled, they're not trying to do too much in case you have to try to leave. But then again, you also couldn't leave in a hurry if you wanted to right now anyways. For those of you going out, there's less than 10 of us, so it's just a quick 10 minutes. You guys are water walking and prepared. So that is actually, yeah, well, don't worry about the water walking component. But as you guys begin to head out, who's gonna, lead through the snow?
Yes, I can. If Leah points me in the right direction.
Yeah, I can use math, and then Sora can use her cunning, and we can figure it out.
Actually, I'm going to check.
Also,
be-
I do, I bundle up Jambo
Uh-huh.
because it looks like he's going into hibernation. He's moving very slowly.
He's
And
dead.
And I put him in my backpack.
Okay.
Lizard for later.
Aww.
and you ruined it.
All right, so we got Elwin we left on the ship, correct? Or did you ask him?
No, we left her on the ship.
All right, Elwin's on the ship, Alarian's on the ship, Oliver's coming, Jambo's coming, Allie's coming. Astral's staying on the ship, Lee's there, Sora, Ari, Caleb. Do you leave Jason? We'll leave Jason on the ship for this one. Bye, Jason. And leave
But he could have been a
Adam.
sled.
Nope.
No, I'm thinking of the robot guy.
So the two of them will stay behind. So yeah. All right, we got everybody who's going. All right. So as you venture out, I'm gonna need Sora, I need you to go ahead and roll me a survival check.
What was that?
Survival.
Uh-oh. That's just wisdom.
As it's getting darker here, and it gets dark fairly early, it's really kind of hard to pick out. You probably have like another hour and a half of daylight before you have too much, but it is just making it a little bit more difficult, just specifically with the snow. But you kind of head in the direction you remember, kind of hoping it wasn't a super far distance. You're hoping you'll kind of at least hit one of the mountains at least and lead you into the valley. But it is a slow pace. You guys kind of trudge through. Actually, you don't have to trudge. You kind of walk on top of it, but still, it's not the most pleasant of things. But your feet are not as cold as they would be. Bonus. All right, so as you guys proceed, probably about 2 hours in. Sora, one last survival check for the second hour. Rosie does have a heating component and a fan, not air conditioning.
Oh, I didn't get that upgrade. Why was that it?
The heating component is to fight freezing over, just in general. And then the fan is for cooling, but that's an internal component. It doesn't like make anyone else cool. Sora, after about 2.5 hours total in travel, you finally find one of the lower peaks of this mountain that kind of leads into the valley. As you guys approach the valley, I need everyone to just kind of roll perception checks as you are now kind of getting closer, and it's helping to block some of the blizzard just from the direction it's
Is it
going in.
Still at disadvantage?
Nah, I'll just make the
Okay.
DC higher.
I want to roll low.
You guys kind of look, Sora, Leah. Oh, those are both you. Sora and Leah, you guys kind of look forward and see there's like this blue texture and color kind of covering the snow further up ahead. It looks like a field of flowers.
Well then.
That's a little odd.
You see it too.
Life persists, I suppose.
See what?
There's some flowers up ahead.
Flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Here?
Sure. Come take a look.
Well, do we want to get closer?
We're going that way, aren't we?
I mean, are we?
Are we?
Don't ask me.
Are we?
I meant, is that direction that we were initially heading, or is it off to the
it's
side?
like as you go into the valley, this is like coming. It's on the way into the valley.
Yeah, I guess we are going. Yeah. I suggest we not try and step on them.
We don't have a map yet, do we?
No, not for this. We're still just
Not yet.
wandering and walking around the snow. We walk much further though. You never know.
Just making sure.
No, believe me. I try to always let you know if we have one up. That's why, like on Tuesday, at least we have the world map for that one, so it's easy to like at least see where we are. Soon, people. Soon, I promise. I'll at least try to have this area before the end of the year because we'll be here for a little bit, potentially. All right, so you guys walk over. It is indeed naturally growing, it seems, patches of flowers in a field. It's covered in snow.
Can I examine them?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check or a nature check. Your choice. Anyone who wants to look at it can do it.
Both of those are awful.
It's a great idea. Ooh.
Wow.
Not quite as
Um,
familiar with flowers as Sora.
Sora's closet botanist. These are some sort of lily. It's like a blue lily of some sort. You've never seen this flower before, though.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'll share the information I gleaned from looking at them. These seem to be a blue lily.
They're so pretty.
Can I try and clear some snow to the under the stem and
Yeah.
see if they're actually in dirt or if they're growing on the snow itself?
As you look, you kind of dig down. There is dirt.
Okay.
Where they are. It's like a shallower patch of snow. But you notice the snow is also not quite as thick here.
Maybe they have something to do with who might be buried here?
Caleb just kind of like looks down at the flowers. Just sniffs them. They smell nice.
That they do.
Astute observation, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably walk around them.
Talia walks over to him. They do smell nice.
Are they blue like you?
She kind of looks at one. You think we could pick one?
Well, either nothing will happen or it's gonna really anger whoever put them here.
Fine.
But she's a dragon. What should she be afraid of?
She does bring up a good point. But we solve problems. We don't cause them, Tanya.
I have a very important question.
No. Okay.
Can I
For
pull
who?
out my healing potion to see if it's frozen or not?
You pull out your healing potion. It is not
Mhm.
frozen.
Okay.
You mentioned you go to check your healing potion at this point, and Oliver kind of scratched his head. We probably should have grabbed some healing potions out of the crate before we left. Oh, well, next time.
Yeah,
Just facepalm.
that would have been a good idea.
There are 2 boxes of assorted potions, mostly plain potions. So. But your potions are magical, so they're fine, more or less.
Mhm.
I'm not that mean.
Let's keep moving.
Mhm.
And then we'll walk around the flowers.
Mm-hmm. So you leave the field of the blue snow lilies. Continue. Do you try to like center yourself, or do you follow like the mountain? Probably easier to follow the mountain.
I don't know, Leah, you're the one with the math.
Come on, math nerd.
Hold on, let me close my eyes and focus, and the mathematics will appear around me, and I can figure
I'm just
it out.
picturing Jambo is super impressed right now.
Oh, I can see the math.
Oh, you can see it
I think, wait, no, that's snow.
that way.
Alright, we'll
All
head
right.
that way.
So which way is that way?
Um,
Are we closer to the mountain, or are we centering ourselves?
can follow the mountain, I suppose.
Okay.
Making a gut call.
Do you follow in that direction?
Mhm.
Let me check something really quick. I'm not looking at what a map looks like.
Sure.
Not me at all. Hey, where'd my new one go? Wrong way. That's why. Okay. Nope, you're good. So you continue forward. You kind of come to the end of the valley. There is like a forest around here. The blue flowers do grow in random patches around here. But you don't specifically see any like entrances or structures.
Was the ping
Maybe
on the
it's hidden.
mountain? Like up
It,
further?
it kind of came from this general direction. The whole mountain kind of avalanched a little bit in a few spots. It was kind of like lower mid.
Okay.
You think it's either hidden or buried?
It's possible.
Let's see. Who would be on this? Hey, Jambo. Let's pick on Jambo. I need Jambo to roll a perception check too. He hasn't been making them.
Jambo is currently a burrito in my bag.
He can make a perception check as well
Poke
as you
his-
can. This now.
He'll poke his little snout out. Where's my Jambo? Here he is.
Oh. Let's see. Pops his little head out. It's about. Hey, boss. What's that?
As
He
well.
points over about 100 feet off to your left. There is something in the snow.
Oh, good eye, Jambo. I give him a treat.
Mm,
I was just gonna ask if you had treats for it. Yes. Approved.
just like an apple slice.
Yeah, probably more random than that. But I like it. You gotta check it out.
Yeah, I'll take us over there.
All right, you guys kind of walk over. As you approach, it's smaller than like a medium. It's somewhere between like a smaller and medium humanoid, but it is covered in fur as you approach.
Oh,
It is frozen, dead in the snow,
oh,
whatever it is.
I assume the fur is white.
I mean, do you want to go check it out?
Sora will go check it out.
The fur is brown.
Can I turn it over to see its face?
You can. It is a large rat man,
Oh,
frozen stiff in the snow. You've never seen one of these, but you did get warned by the crew that these might be around.
well, I found the rat man.
Are they supposed to be this far?
Does he have any injury?
Yes, he's frozen solid.
I think our friend meant, did she have
So,
any physical injuries?
Does he have any physical injuries?
Roll medicine check. Or investigation, either are. They're basically the same.
I have a modifier to one of those.
There you go. Easy answer. He died from popsicling.
Yep. Not that I can tell.
so do you think he just wandered out and ended up dying from the cold? Or do you think he was part of a group and collapsed?
Hey, Ferris, can't you talk to dead people?
It is. Fortunately, pray for a while.
We're going to a crypt. You didn't prepare that?
We didn't know we'd arrive today.
The storm kind of increased that. Let me double check. I don't
You
think
could
that's
always
right.
take him
Well-
with you.
I don't think it's.
No, I don't think it is. That would be pretty awesome, though.
Thank you.
People would
Actually,
literally
I think
spend
most
days.
spells should be original. They are in my game. I get to bend the rules.
I would just picture if I let you guys do that, you'd literally go to a battlefield and like, all right, next one. 10 minutes?
Yeah, but it doesn't
All
work real
right,
good
but-
when you got 10 minutes to cast a
Turn.
fireball.
No, I know.
The third level.
The world is filled with magic users, and we've all agreed to the style of combat of taking 10 minutes each and going in sequential order. It's just the rules of magic.
Quick spell.
All right, so what do you guys do
Has
with the
an
dead
eye
body?
like with a stunt.
Actually, that's a fair point. We don't. I didn't. Oh, I have Allie. I don't think Allie can talk to anything dead though. That's kind of outside of Allie's.
We should have talked to the flowers.
Oh, you guys
Maybe
always
they're
underestimate
back.
plants.
Now, would I have to cast both spells if I wanted to speak with a dead plant?
Hmm. I'd have to think about that one.
Speak with
That
dead
would be
lasts 10
interesting.
minutes. So
I don't think these guys have magic. It's only Allie.
Well, let's leave him here. There's not much we can do about him. I guess just keep our eyes open in case he has friends.
yeah, all the speak spells are 10 minutes. So technically, I could speak with dead plants and animals also.
That is pretty sweet. All right, so we leave the totally non-skaven thing in the snow.
There was nothing on its body.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As you guys look, it has very basic armor and like a very rough, jagged-looking weapon. It looks like it was wandering about and just froze to death.
No green, shiny,
I wonder what it
glowing rocks.
was looking for.
No glowing rocks on this one. No.
Who knows? Maybe he was patrolling?
I can carry it with us for a bit, perhaps? If we find the entrance soon, we can just leave it up front.
You want to carry him to Winter Queen's crypt?
Oh, I'm not going to carry it. Jumbo's going to carry it.
Aren't you carrying Jumbo?
Technicalities. I'm gonna cast Polymorph on the big rat and turn it into a little rat.
Which big rat?
The big guy. The rat person.
It is a dead thing. It is no longer a creature.
I think it works on objects.
I
Not
don't think it
polymorph.
does. Yeah, it's just creatures.
I only know because I read this article not that long ago doing something different. It's odd the random things you end up reading.
Yeah.
It was this for some sort of like raise undead argument. It was pretty funny though.
If I brought it back to life, could I polymorph it then?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, yes. Pretty much. Well, as long as it can be turned into something else.
I see. In that case, I will not polymorph the rat.
Probably a good idea for now. For now.
Let's keep moving then.
Let's leave him here. Mm-hmm.
Which way do you want to go? So far, no sign of the entrance.
Should I attempt to cast the spell again?
One of you have find the path.
What was that?
Did Thaddeus prepare
Uh,
find the path?
Was that this campaign or is that a different? We have find the path in this campaign, yeah.
I don't think we've used it.
We used it in one of the games. I just don't remember which it was. Because we used it to help navigate. I think the ship, right?
Or no, that was when I was using. Was it find the?
I think so.
Yeah, actually, I'm sorry. 6th level, I have it prepared. Yes,
Yeah, I was like, you just used this like a day or two ago.
it was this.
Thinking.
Yeah, concentration up to 1 day. So it
Is there any
makes-
requirement, or you just have to know the name of a place or something?
allows you to find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specific fixed location that you are familiar with on the same plane of existence. If you name a destination...
Actually, no, we were using it to get here in the first place.
Yeah.
Because we had the tablet. Yeah.
If you name a
Yeah.
destination on another plane of existence, a destination that moves, or a destination that isn't specific, such as a green dragon's lair, the spell fails.
Mhm.
For the duration, as long as you are on the same plane of existence, as the destination, you know how far it is and what direction it lies. While you're traveling there, whenever you are presented with a choice of paths along the way, you automatically determine which path is the shortest, most direct route, but not necessarily the safest.
Yeah, so you're totally covered because you were using the tablet to do that already. So yeah, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
So the downside is you are probably going to have to hold the tablet, or someone's going to have to kind of carry it as you keep pace with it.
Now, I would assume that at the beginning of each day, I cast that.
Yeah, that's totally fine, but it's just more so keeping the tablet with you.
Right.
It's your focus. So you don't have to specifically carry it. It's like a 25-pound tablet.
Fortunately, that's also uses up my 6th level for the day. Every day.
But super effective. All right, so as it leads you into the valley, you eventually come to a wall. It kind of looks like it might be a cave, but then you notice the surface appears to be frozen over.
Hmm.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
All right, I guess.
Investigation.
Ouch. Sad that the dice is higher, but the roll is lower. Someone has a plus 10. You want to roll in two theirs?
I'm sorry. Reading.
Investigation. We found a wall of ice. Okay. Lee and Theris, you probably get about as close as anyone else. As you guys kind of look and inspect, this large cave component appears to be completely frozen over. It looks like it used to be open and has been either filled with ice or just naturally froze over time. But it does look like it goes further in. It's just frozen.
Well, Ari, you know what to do.
Is it magical?
I think it's ice.
Well, let's see if this will work. Just gonna
It's going to take a while.
spark
Yeah, stand back.
flame beside it.
A flame next to it. No change.
Might need something a bit bigger.
Can I? I want to tap the ice.
And when you say tap, how hard do you want to tap it?
Like, lightly touch it. Like,
Sure.
you test how solid it is.
It's pretty hard. And it feels really cold. Like colder than it should. You gather it's
Okay.
not natural ice.
That's not. Yeah, that's probably not normal ice.
Wait, so is it magical or not?
Mm.
I will activate Detect Magic on the ice.
You kind of focus your vision to it. It is magical, yes.
Why does ice have to be magic? Why can't ice just be ice? I don't get it.
Winter Queen?
Winter Queen.
Should I punch it?
Yes. Yes.
Attack.
What do we want to make that kind?
Ooh, fair point.
Alright, puts flame away.
I was told okay.
Jumbo has gotten his tongue stuck to the block of ice.
Did you say we want to attack?
I only am saying this because I technically made Jambo and I know his skills a little bit better, but Leah, do me a favor and look under level 3.
Level 3.
Hmm. That might work.
I was told to go punch it.
Wait, level 3?
Level 2. Level 2.
Okay. I looked at level 2
level
first.
2, okay.
I thought about that after I said it. I was like, wait a minute. Is it 3 or is it 2? It's 2.
I was trying to think of what third level spell the bard gets that would help us bypass the barrier.
So Jambo gets his tongue stuck to the ice, and as he's struggling and like trying to pull away, he's gonna cast Shatter.
So
Oh,
now,
yes.
so hold on.
Wait.
Where does Jambo cast Shatter?
So-
On the ice next to his tongue?
Let me do one of these real quick. Okay, no, that's probably good. That's pretty smart. We're not gonna do it on the tongue. We're gonna do it maybe like a little bit.
It's like a 10-foot sphere, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So he's doing it 5 feet into the ice.
Well, you're going to have to do it on a different spot because you can't target 5 feet into the ice. You can only target the ice.
Okay, we're gonna do 10 feet to the left.
Okay.
Now is
All
Sora
right.
in that radius.
Up to you. You could be to the left or you could be to the right of the tunnel.
Odds to the left, even to the right.
Yep, it makes sense. So Sora, you take a strike at the ice and you punch it, and you make a crack, and the ice cracks a little bit, and make a little bit of a dent in it. And then you just see this little kobold with his tongue stuck to it, and they're trying to cast a spell. Actually, does it require a vocal component?
It does.
He's unable to cast it because his tongue is stuck on the snow.
Can he put the flute in his mouth?
Well,
No,
Can he make
puts
an
the flute
arcana
to his
check?
nose.
Make an arcana check with disadvantage because he's trying to speak like this.
No, he puts the flute to his nose,
I
and he
mean-
blows that way.
I will let you, if
we
you want to
sure that-
try for your instrument, I will allow a performance check at disadvantage.
I mean,
For your slide
hold on. If he's a bard and he's casting Shatter and he's got his tongue stuck, wouldn't that just be like a really loud screech?
Well, he's not targeting near him. He's targeting away.
Jambo, how dare you have the plus 13?
He
I-
is
I-
an incredible artist. Okay.
I did say that I built it, yes.
Yes.
So, you just watch. I'm assuming we're doing the slide whistle, yeah?
Yep.
You just watch as the slide whistle begins, as it typically does. However, it carries great sound with it this time. And it's just like this slow, low hum into a high pitched shriek. And it just shatters this large chunk of ice up to the left. Sora,
Yes.
go ahead and target Sora with your spell.
You chose this.
Yes, and what kind of saving throw is it
Con
on?
save.
Uh-huh.
All right. Can you force it?
I think so.
Yep. And then after that, I need you to roll a d100. Why is it
Already
prompting me?
covers her ears for them.
Who are you targeting?
Buddy.
Add a plus 9 to that. Wait, no, plus 7.
You get a plus 7.
Oh. Is Jambo still stuck?
No. He's got a chunk of ice stuck on his tongue. but Jambo free.
So what hurt you?
And there is a large chunk, like at a large crack within the ice now too.
Can I look up?
You're in like part of a cave slightly, like there's a lip over above you, but you could look
Okay.
out if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
It's still kind of blizzardy, but roll a perception check just to see if there's anything close by. And then Jambo, I need you to roll a d4. And another d4.
33.
I have summoned the beast.
Hold, please.
Holding.
We are in a hold.
Oh no. We've been grappled by the snow. I would tell everyone to run, but, snow grapples and all.
Sora,
Yes.
as you are kind of looking out, you don't see anything, but you hear a loud roar from the mountains above you as something flies overhead. Something quite large.
Can I be quiet?
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and be quiet.
It kind of flies off.
Okay, what direction did it fly? In the direction of the airship?
It went west to east. The airship is a little bit south of where you are. This thing did a fly over the mountain by you. So not too far.
Yep, I'm gonna just quietly move my way back to everyone. Okay, we need to be quiet now.
So, why? What did you see?
A big shadow covering the ground that flew overhead. Something big flew overhead.
Maybe that dragon from earlier?
Caleb just kind of taps his great axe in his hand. Or his great sword. I hope so. It's got a nice Dragon Slayer greatsword.
Allie is in very interesting company right now.
And then he it's actually funny you mentioned that. He kind of looks at it for a second, and then he kind of looks back at Allie. No offense.
So how do you think we should get through this?
Well, I could still try and burn it.
How big of a chunk did the shatter take out?
Like a little, like 10-foot chunk, and then it cracked further in.
And how thick
Oh,
does
it took
the
a.
ice look?
It's big. Like this is a big tunnel that is completely frozen over.
Okay.
Oliver looks at
Do
the
you think?
pocket warmer. I don't think these will be quite enough. We need a lot of them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Any other bright ideas?
Um,
I could keep trying to punch
well,
everything through, but that's about all I got.
Caleb points his finger over at Sora. I like her idea.
And
I could help with
we could
this.
try a portal.
there's no other way over or
Getting
around
out might be
under.
difficult.
From what you can see, it's like a cave into the mountain, but everything within the cave is frozen ice.
Reach into my bag of spirit tricks and see if anybody has anything.
Let's see. You lost your ice guy. Hmm. Let's see. So you have him. I don't think anyone specifically. Ooh, hold on. Roll a history check for me. Roll one more, because it would be with advantage with the experience of the spirit you have, for what I can give you. Oh, double bad rolls. You rolled 2 natural 4s.
Happens.
You do pull some memories from that gnome from the bar, that one specific one. He's a minor.
He was
You
underage.
gather. Nice. You gather from the experience you have available. This is probably kind of like a really complex thing to go into. You kind of either want to take your time or make sure your plan's really solid. You don't want to just start blowing stuff up. This could collapse. And considering if it's all frozen, breaking ice, like if you keep casting Shatter, could bring down actual parts of the mountain cave and cause bigger issues. But that's about all you get for
I'll
a 7.
relay all that. Ari, what about do you have a way to sear through it? Maybe a flame in hand isn't strong enough. Maybe you could scorch
I
beam
mean, I
through it.
probably could, but no, I'm just
Hey,
gonna walk over and try and gauge just how much more ice there is.
perception. Or actually, roll investigation. Hey, Tanya,
Yes.
is there a limit on your flamethrower?
Technically,
Does it say, like, does it have any recharge abilities or anything?
well, it's basically when I say flames, it's basically me attaching my turret to it.
No, I know. But, like, for your turret's attack, is there anything, like, could you use your turret's flamethrower to, like, melt through the tunnel? Or do you only get to use it a certain number of times, etc.?
I think turret lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, figure out how long you can keep it up for, but your turret can help too. It has a little bit of fire.
Hold on, I'm finding my turret right now.
And then Ari probably have to use better fire, but potential.
She was just testing it out with the bonfire. Now, if we could get a nice roaring fire, I could use that more easily.
Oh no, it lasts 1 hour.
Yeah, there's no stipulation. Flamethrower is just an attack.
Yeah, it's just it's a 15-foot cone, if I remember right.
So you could use your turret for a while if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll try to Rosie's flamethrower.
Okay. So Rosie just kind of like rolls forward. All right,
The
you're
ultimate way.
investigating, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you look in, it goes in a bit further. You could see maybe like another 25 feet before you can't really make out detail in it. A sphere rolls up to you and stands up. Excuse me, miss.
Hmm?
And then just shoots flame like in your direction. Just not hitting you, but right next to you and starts to try to melt the ice.
Does the ice seem to be melting?
Slowly, but it is melting. especially because it's just getting
Is that
warmed up.
a magical flame or Tanya?
What'd you say?
Is that a magical flame?
Ah, that's a good question.
You don't have a fuel source, so I'm going to assume yes.
Does it count? That's the thing. I don't know if it counts as magic.
For the sake of the attack, it doesn't matter. It can be melted. It just takes more time, depending on how much fire you use.
It does 3d8.
Oh, I know. General statement. But it begins working on it slowly, is making progress into this cave. What are you guys doing during this time? So it probably, for about an hour, he probably makes it in about 30 feet with the flamethrower. Still more to go.
Hmm.
It is starting to get dark outside too.
I am distributing a thermos full of hot chocolate.
The to-go kit.
Mm.
You do
Bring
get
it
a
up.
sending spell for the check-in. It's one of the Inquisitors reaches out to Allie. Oh yeah, we're good. Cold. Is dinner ready yet? We'll be back in a couple hours. Oh, they have good dinner. Let's hurry.
I'm sure they'll save some. Or he's gonna be just kind of sitting down and playing with the flame.
All right, after an hour, you watch as Rosie stops flamethrowing. Looks back over towards you. Rosie.
Poor Rosie.
Hey guys, sorry I fell asleep at my desk. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, we configured your character into a sled.
That's fine.
What? Wait, what?
Very useful.
You are now a reindeer. Congratulations.
Fair enough.
Just kidding.
Reindeer and a sled.
All right, so you guys have made 40 feet of progress on the tunnel. What more you got to try? Rosie is out of gas.
Can we see how much further it is?
You could roll an investigation check, but from the times you've checked, it just continues to look like there's more.
Alright, investigation.
It does slowly kind of start to descend down slightly. This looks like it goes a really long way.
Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 11 hours worth of flamethrower if we need to, but I have no spells left.
There has to be an easier way.
Hard call.
Hmm.
Can anyone shape water?
No.
What if we just start rocket punching our way down?
I leave it
I
up to
like
you.
your enthusiasm.
I cannot shape water either.
Are we able to see an end to the ice, or
Nope, it goes down.
Not at all. It just keeps going down. At
Alright,
an angle.
I'm gonna
Slowly.
have someone instruct me where to hit it, and I'm going to start hitting.
And you start hitting away.
I'm gonna activate my astral arms. Force damage. And
If-
magical.
You're making slow progress, but it is making progress.
I can only do that for 10 minutes.
Well, we will have to rest so I can pray, but
I'll do another hour of flamethrower.
if so, I could
Okay.
go ethereal and go investigate if it would allow me to pass that way.
I'll use a level 1 spell slot.
All right, so you get another hour of your robot. Do you want theirs to go ethereal?
I'm gonna have to change spells, so I'm gonna need a long rest. Or can they do it on short rest now? I don't remember if they added.
No,
that
you
or
have
not.
to do it on a long rest still.
Well,
It is darker anyways, though, so it's probably not too far off from evening hours. Unless you want to work through the night.
Can you put wall of fire in ice?
You can certainly try, but it's only going to go to a certain level. You can't keep moving the fire.
Well, it goes up to 60 feet long.
Yeah, but it can't go through things. But, like, flaming sphere could be fun, but I don't think anyone has it.
Our
Nope.
druids are dead.
Our druids are dead. And I don't think the staff has the ability.
Nope.
We can just talk shit and make stuff grow. That's about it.
Now, if I've got to change spells anyway before the day's over, since it takes my 7th, I could do Firestorm. That's 10-foot cubes, so there's 100 foot.
You're also banking on the fact that hopefully nothing finds you in the night. They have been working while you're gone. But we'll just have to wait and see.
I just thought of this.
Yeah, what you got?
I could summon a construct made out of metal and it has heated body.
Explain. What does it do?
A creature that touches the construct or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet of it takes 1d5 1d10.
How long does it last?
Well, it's an hour again. The whole construct.
Okay. You could technically use that though and make some distance. It might be even more effective. You don't know. But what hour do you guys want to work till? Do you want to work through the night? I would say you got here about 2. By the time it took you to get here was about 4. So
Can anybody summon a
you've
fire
dug
element?
for an hour. Yeah, Ari, can anyone summon fire elementals?
I can cast Disintegrate.
Maybe.
That's all I got.
Not really
I think that's a great idea.
elemental. Well,
Allie looks at you, Leah. I can cast Disintegrate too.
Good spell.
And she looks at the tunnel, just kind of smiles. Later. I can cast Bigby's hand and punch it for 10 minutes? 1 minute?
how large is the tunnel, out of curiosity?
I would say roughly from about 25 feet tall, maybe 20 feet wide. You don't cut that big of a hole through it because you don't need it, but that's about how big it would be if you were burning off all the ice. You're probably burning like a 10 by 10 tunnel.
Okay. I might be able to summon something that can help, one way or another. But it'll take a bit of time.
Do what you can.
And fitting might be a bit of an issue.
In the meantime, I'm going to set up my mansion so the rest of us can at least get out of the cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Shawshank Redemption with a good name.
I'm just going to put my house right here.
So,
You're doing fine work.
Keep it up.
Do we need any digging supplies?
You do, but you'd have to go back and get it.
Yeah, that's a possible idea.
Yeah, I mean, you could go back and like get the ship and try to land it closer, and you could probably between the crew and everyone try to like mine your way in. But it also might take more time.
Yeah, we have no idea how deep it goes.
AFK minute.
Okay, okay.
So, Ari's gonna sit down and begin casting a spell. And during said spell, she's going to talk to her Ruby. Well, friend, might not be the body you're used to, but willing to give us a hand?
Roll a d100. You hold the gem, and while it does always feel warm, no response.
I guess not this time.
Oliver kind of just like looks at you
Perhaps.
guys at this point. You might just have to dig it out.
No. Coincidentally, the spell she is casting is her Shadow Titan.
Ooh. What can your Shadow Titan do?
Well, it's 18 feet tall and has 23 strength.
So, well, how much damage did you do with the strike?
With a melee attack, it's technically. It says here with a rock, it does about 40-10.
So it
It
was
uses
very
the
viable,
stone giant.
but keep in mind the entire tunnel is big enough for it, but your tunnel is only 10 by 10. So it could do it, but it would have to make a bigger tunnel to get to it and then continue on, and then it would just be a bigger tunnel. But it'd probably be very effective if it hits for 40-10 bludgeoning damage. How long does that last?
It lasts for, I believe, about an hour. Now, that is assuming it has a rock, but we're in the mountains. I'm sure I can find a rock.
Yeah, there's enough things it can figure out to do stuff with.
Yeah, lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So I would
Welcome
say between. So how late did you guys want to work? Because this will kind of help dictate how much we could really do.
How will we get? How long will
So
it
after the first hour, actually, we'll say the second hour. We'll say it's 6 o'clock because he's using his flamethrower twice. It's dark outside already, but it's 6 o'clock. It is 2 hours back to the ship. So you could stay. Def does have her mansion out. You could stay in Leah's mansion and just message them back that you're staying there. But up to you.
What does
There
everyone
is
want
still
to
a
do?
blizzard though, too, just for
Oh.
reference.
Yeah.
Sorry, it'll have to do with 3d8 plus 6, because I was just rereading it. The 4d10 plus 6 is technically cold damage for this.
It's funny.
I don't know
it's-
how well cold damage would do.
Yeah, easy enough. But we're waiting to see how. So how late do you want to work into the evening?
Well, at the very least, an hour longer, but
So that'd bring you to 7. So I'd say flamethrower. I would say you guys probably make it like a good 150 feet in between all of them. And that is with the adjusted new size that fits your big buddy.
yeah. After Ari finishes her spell, this kind of large, wispy, shadowy figure emerges, standing around 8 feet tall, with a shadowy club, and it starts helping to bash through a bunch of the ice.
So another one?
Oh, no, she doesn't have another spell slot. I was just describing
Oh,
it
yeah,
since Cyrus was AFK.
Gotcha.
Where's the big spell slot?
So it is now 7 o'clock, and it is 150 feet into this tunnel.
Wander in, still no end in sight.
Not at the moment. It still just looks like dark ice further in. However, I will say, because you have made 150 feet in, you were the last person to be digging. Ari, roll an investigation check for me.
It was supposed to be in tower. Oops.
It's fine. There are things in this ice that you can see further in.
Couldn't you make out any of it?
It's just like it's two forms, but it's too blurry to tell what they are. They're like dark spots in the ice.
Do they look large or
Can't even tell.
like potentially humanoid size? Or
Could
do
be.
they look small like... Okay. She'll go ahead and wander back out of the cave toward the others. And wander into the mansion.
They're just hanging out, like having fondue or something.
We're all in massage chairs.
Yep.
Getting fanned.
Oh, how'd it go?
Well, we're still not through the ice, but I did see something frozen in the ice.
That's something.
Something is something.
It looked kind of large. Hey, Sora, you seem to be able to see through snow and ice pretty well.
I mean, I can look.
I would say just with your passive abilities, you kind of look in. It's the one of them looks closer than the other. It's probably like 12 feet further in.
Okay. Any indication on what they might be?
Not specifically. The form's kind of blurred through the ice. It's not like
It's
solid
kind of
clear ice.
blurry, but one's a little closer than the other. About how far was it?
12 feet.
About 12 feet in.
Well, I could use some flames and try and get us that last 12 feet, but might burn whatever it is.
Should I try and smash it? Because that probably is not as good for it either.
You know, we all worked very hard today. I think perhaps we leave the seal to tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep.
You know what? You're right.
And a nice hot bath.
You know, I feel like
Is there
playing
a
in the
mansion?
snow some more.
You could do so. So you're gonna let the ship know you're staying?
Yes.
Who's got sending?
I will cast it.
Who you gonna send it to?
The captain.
Sure. What do you say?
Hello, Captain. We are staying here tonight. We'll check in the morning.
That it?
Peace.
Peace. Fair enough. You get a message back? Don't die. We'll do the same.
How many NPCs do we have with us?
You only have
3.
Allie, Oliver, and Caleb. Everyone else is on the ship. Max's character is also on the ship, and so is Jason.
Okay. What roll would it be to throw a snowball?
I will give it to you for free. Who are you throwing it at?
The dice said Allie.
I will give it to you for free. So as you throw the snowball,
Yes.
it smacks it and hits her in the back of the head. She just kind of like turns around and looks at you. Kind of looks at everyone else. Game on.
Ari's going to make a ready to action duck behind the chair or
And you just
table or whatever object she happens to
Right.
be nearby.
Everyone is currently taking guard, like throwing snowballs. Sora,
Yes.
as you're sitting there, you're kind of throwing snowballs at Ellie. You're like, I got her right where I want her. All of a sudden, you see a shadow appear over your head as a large Bigby's hand with the biggest snowball you've ever seen just dunks it straight on your head.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
But you guys have a very wonderful snowball fight for probably like a good hour until like your hands and everything. I mean, Allie's isn't because she's a dragon, but for those of you who get cold, your hands are like all red and cold.
I start using my astral arms.
Perfect.
4 snowballs at once.
But you're like the group of kids who comes in and like your noses and faces are all just like frozen red solid. You're just like, it's great. But yeah, I mean, the mansion's a great place. So you got every comfort you could want.
I'm taking a hot bath.
I think all of your rooms have them, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Or there
Of
was a
course.
bathhouse. I think there's both, actually, now that I recall.
There's both.
And you can change it kind of at will, typically. So
Hey, I want.
you are thinking, like, we're in this cold place. I want warm stuff. You could go, like, any type of vibe you want.
I'm using the bathhouse.
You want a bath inside the bath? Done.
Done. I want a bath floating in my bath. And a cup of tea.
I want a 4-dimensional bathhouse.
All right, so we'll say you've made your way 150 feet in. Anything you want to do this night, since you're all in the mansion?
Other than taking a warm bath.
Hmm? You don't really need to
Nothing in
keep
specific
watch,
I can think of at the moment.
which is kind of a nice thing. You haven't had to worry about it much here, but you've been like, you know, it's dangerous. So, do keep in mind, though, I don't think sending works crossplane, does it?
I think it has like a 5% chance of succeeding or
Yeah.
failing, one or the other.
It works crossplane.
There
It
is
just
a
has the
small
chance to
chance,
fail.
though, yeah.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, if you do get or send sendings from your mansion, there is the small chance. We'll see some other one from outside, though. So straight to the rest then. Let me long rest, everybody.
I believe so.
Long rest. However, in the night, let's see.
Mhm.
Tanya, I believe the mansion actually has a workshop, if I recall, too.
Yeah, I actually think it does.
Would you actually sleep through the night? Or would you be playing in the workshop?
God,
You
yeah.
do like spell slots, and you know you need them.
What are you talking about? I only used one spell.
I thought you used your thing twice. Is one free?
Yeah, the first one's free.
Oh, yeah, sweet. But you have a full day ahead coming up where you may need a lot. So up to you. I don't know what you used for the whole day. But up to you.
I'll go to bed. I'll be a good little girl.
Okay. As you go to bed, Tanya, something about this place, and it's not, you don't feel in danger right now, but something about being in this location makes you feel uneasy. You feel safe at the moment, but like your thoughts still dwell on this feeling you've had while we've been here so far. You do find rest, but it takes you a while. Ari,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing?
Fine. Why do you ask?
Not for long.
I'm gonna need you to roll a D100 for me real quick, if you don't mind.
Let's see if I can roll below a 50. Ooh,
Yikes.
that is
So-
the opposite. I
Did you
rolled
say
pretty
below
high on
150?
those.
You have trouble finding sleep. Your thoughts are just kind of racing. You're a little bit anxious, and it's just you're having a hard time, but you do eventually find sleep. As you fall to sleep, you kind of wake up, but you're in like a really fancy bedroom. You're just laying in bed. What do you do?
Dream logic, or is she aware something's up?
You have no idea. Roll a wisdom check. It's not the bed you went to sleep in, if that's what you're asking.
Well, that.
You are not where you were. I mean, it must be a dream. You're on a ship. You're definitely not here, right?
She'll sit up.
It's a very fancy bed, though. It's got like
Hmm?
really nice sheets. Large room, very fancy looking.
Stand up and have a look around.
Roll a perception check. I don't see anybody. There's kind of like food left on a table and some wine and stuff. It's like just random stuff. There's some armor and weapons on like dummies on the wall, books, random shit all over.
I don't remember having my room like this. She dressed?
Yes. In your normal attire,
Is
so
there a door?
halfly so. um, there is a door, yes, large door, but only one. It's like a big double
Yeah,
door.
well, after she's had a look around the room, she'll wander over to the door and open the door.
As you walk to the door and you try to open, push it, whatever you can, it doesn't move at all. However, you hear voices coming from out on the balcony.
Does the balcony sound like it's on the opposite side of this door, or like from behind her?
It would be behind, so there is like a patio that goes out to like a larger balcony.
So turn around toward the balcony and begin making her way over.
As you look to the balcony, because you're a little bit of distance away, you do see. What did you roll?
For perception, insert number here.
I know.
Probably below 10. Not even in a dream can Ari escape her
You see an
perception checks.
individual probably like 100-ish feet away. He looks like he's talking to himself.
Does she recognize this individual?
Roll a history check at disadvantage just because you had a really bad perception check. Actually, you know what? Flat. I'm calling it flat. I'm calling it flat. Because I can, people. Because I can. You look, and it takes you a brief second. But you immediately recognize the color of the skin. You see Deft, but not 100 feet away from you. Dressed in clothes, wingless, and Talus. You
She'll
watch as he
gasp
kind
and
of
then
screams out and he lunges forward and falls off the edge. What do you do?
she's going to run and jump after him.
Dexterity check. And then I also need you to roll an Arcana check. As you kind of
That one
look,
has been
you run, you jump off over the edge after him, and he's just kind of free falling. And you look below him and you see like a black kind of shimmer of a shade about 120 feet below him that is also descending. And he seems to be like trying to keep pace with it. Deft, I need you to roll a dexterity check.
Should I get my card out?
Just roll your d20 and
Okay.
add whatever his modifier is. I have too many defs. Whoa!
That's a 1.
So,
Doesn't matter.
as he's falling, all of a sudden he goes into a panic. As he seems to realize he has no wings. And he seems to be shuffling around, but he still is ahead of you.
Is she able to teleport?
Certainly try.
She'll attempt to teleport down to him.
As you go, you try to say the words, and they just don't slip from your mouth. It's kind of like when you can't run in a dream, except you can't speak.
In that case, she's going to hope that she can free fall a bit faster. She's going to try and
Roll one more
streamline
dexterity
her
check.
dynamics. Is she able to use her sorcery points on this?
Sure, I'd allow that.
All right.
Do you say anything, do anything else? This is a full-on experience. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, she'll reach an arm out and call out, "Daft!"
All right.
It's not a very good roll, and I'll go for the reroll. That's what things.
Work.
And that looks like a worse roll. Yep. Fortunately, it's a 7.
I know I need to make some rolls. I got to make a couple D100s. First one will be for. Oh, no. And I need you to make a D100.
Daft, take my hand. Ooh.
That's a 9.
Interesting, because I rolled an 11 and you still beat me. I had to make 3.
Apparently,
So,
I see what's been happening. I've been charging up my low roll with a bunch of high rolls.
as you reach down, you fly down, your Phoenix Mantle ignites, and you just try to speed down as much as you can. As you reach up, you watch as Def kind of turns, reaches towards you. You grab his hand, and you watch as a fiery, translucent form of Deft holds on to you as a body plunges down. And then you wake up.
Just immediately shoots up into a sitting position, breathing heavily.
But
kind of.
first, Deft.
Hey, buddy.
You realize jumping off this tower is probably a really bad idea. You don't know why, but you just felt compelled. This individual you just had to catch as he plunges into the ground below in front of you, and you realize, oh shit. You hear a familiar voice yelling off to the side as you see Victoria rush, trying to reach you in time, unable to do so, as you smack into the ground and wake up somewhere else. And you hear a familiar voice. I told you it was further than it looked. And you see a large cat-like figure from the portrait you had received not but 5 minutes before, reaching a hand down to lift you up.
Did we just...
Yes,
Did we-
we died.
Why did we die?
We don't really die, so it doesn't work that way. We just
What?
reform down here. You're fine. You're fine.
You're gonna have to explain that.
I don't really explain. It was just my job to bring you here. I'm kind of stuck here for like 100 years now, so you're welcome. Thank you very much.
You got me to jump off my balcony and kill myself.
Just follow me, you whiny baby. He said he wanted to meet you.
Oh my god, I just killed myself.
You are translucent. You and Omash are both in a very weakened state right now, as you are both technically devils and have reformed into hell.
If I get out of this, my therapist is gonna be a rich man.
Yeah. I liked you better when you were the other guy.
What do you mean?
You do also notice, at this point, you are no longer a human. Your hands are painted. You have wings and a tail. You look like Deft.
That's different.
Oh yeah, that's what you don't always look like.
What do you mean always look like?
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Just come on, hurry. As you approach, you see a very dark black castle that goes up and goes down. It almost looks like it's like in a reflection. You guys go inside and you get taken to Icon's throne room. And you see the familiar long, dark robed individual with the long black hair. He just kind of sits there.
I look absolutely bewildered the whole time.
Young man. Come, please sit. You've looked better. Not gonna lie.
I think I just died, so that's understandable. I would like to believe.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit my fault.
I'm blaming him for now.
Oh, I told him to do it.
Okay, yeah, then it is your fault. Why did I do that?
Well, and he tries to think for a second. The easiest way to explain this is now you're in my domain, and you're safe from your domain. You see, I have a very particular purpose I like to fulfill in my life. I try to keep a very fine balance with things. And the balance has shifted slightly, and now the balance needs to shift back. And so, I've come to offer you recompense for the things you've given up. And he's going to go ahead and flick you in the forehead. And you get all your memories back.
Oh, that's a lot.
And you look and you're in a translucent version of your typical body. Stuck waiting to reform for, like 100 years.
What?
Goes. Now we're even. However, to be fair, you've had 2 good lives. Come with me. And he walks you down a flight of stairs into a room. It's got a couple of random looking weird things in it. Similar to like what you saw on the ship, but different looking. And you see a table with what looks like a humanoid form laying under a blanket. It's within my power. Give you back the life that was taken from you. I can only do this once, though. Or I can give back the life of anyone who was taken from you. And you could return to your old life. Which I don't assume I have much time, because I assume people aren't very happy.
By my old life, do you mean... What do you mean by that?
Why, I can make you deft again. Through and
But
through.
I've always been deft.
You
right?
were. And he just kind of like looks at your arm and different components of you. But you haven't been deft in some time. Part deft. Part other things.
When he says I haven't been deft, I just look devastated.
And he just kind of like, you see like an image of yourself in front of you versus like you look like your normal self, or he does the normal one, you're yourself. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, you have a very good life. You're strong, you're powerful, you have everything you could ever want. But as long as you remain that thing, you will never find your friends again. However, if you choose to go back, you will never get the things you have gained, and they'll be gone forever. Your family and friends, your kingdom, and all of the powers you've gained. But I can assure you, as the world doesn't remember you anyways, that those who've sought to keep you will no longer be able to find you once I remake you. Unless you have someone else you'd like me to bring back more.
Sadaj's dead, isn't he?
He kind of looks. Not specifically, no. Inaccessible, yes. Dead, no.
So I couldn't bring him back?
I don't believe it would work, no. I know that's something you want, but I'm not sure even I can do that. If I brought him back and I was successful, his seal would be removed and that creature would also be released on the rest of your people.
Worth a shot.
I mean, I could try if you wish. But do let me know. These things aren't easy to come by.
What is this exactly?
And he looks back over at the the table, I would worry less about that. Just call it my gift to you. But genetically speaking, it is 100% whoever we put in it.
I am so sick of being cloned.
Not a clone.
Clone adjacent?
Picture it as the most ultimate form of regeneration. You'll feel much better.
Isn't that what they did to Gray?
Oh god, no. That was a
Ultimate form? Oh.
manufactured clone. You don't have to worry about them, though. They're gone.
So either I give up everything and I go back
Well,
to
no,
my
that's the
friends,
funny part.
or what?
We could bring you back. We could not bring you back. Although I have a feeling a couple of people might have something to say about that. I'm still not sure.
I mean, I kind of like being alive. This is fun and all, but
Well, the downside is you're already dead. But I don't think you'll stay that way for very long.
you know, I'm pretty sure this is the second time I've died.
Best not to keep count.
2 is just such an easy number to remember.
So typically, and this is interesting, your soul would belong to me. However, oddly enough, I can't keep you here.
Okay.
There's kind of a contractual snafu, we will say. You see, not long before we had become familiar, not directly, of course, you had already sealed yourself with another. And as such, I cannot keep you here. However, you also have no body, so I cannot send you anywhere else.
Are you talking about...
Yes, the Fire Lord.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes, it does prevent me from keeping you here for all eternity.
Well, I mean, I guess that's not such a bad downside, or upside.
I mean, in 100 years or so, your body should be regenerated and you could return freely if you'd wish, but I have a feeling interested parties would still be eager to see you.
When did this happen exactly? The devil thing?
Oh, yeah, you probably shouldn't put random devil arms on your body. It's just not a good
Oh.
practice.
Oh, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm. It does really when you think about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Should I give this back to Yavos? Would he want this back?
Well, technically, you wouldn't be keeping it anymore, depending what you're doing.
Okay,
So, are you going to spend the next 100 years, and he points over to Omosh, hanging out with him, or would you like to go back? Although I'm sure if you wait here long enough, eventually your wizard would detect you, and you could explain it to her. I'm sure she's much more forgiving than anyone.
I just looked down at my hands. Pink again after so long, or wispy or whatever. I think with this power, all I've done is hurt people that I care about. If that's all it's good for, then I don't really need it. What was the thing about the dragon that Omosh was saying you were gonna kill?
Oh, yes. Not a problem for today, let's just say.
Okay.
However, I do know places you are much more valuable. However, once you're done with this, I do want it back.
Yeah, I can, that works. Another chance, that'd be nice.
He holds out the hand.
You know, you're a pretty nice guy, Icon. Thanks for the wake-up call.
And you're a good liar. But I appreciate your honesty.
Don't ruin the moment. I take his hand.
I've been locked up for 200 years. You could hardly blame me. As you take his hand, Ari, you wake up.
Shoots up, shaking.
You are sweating profusely. And your body is extremely hot. Not just like Ari hot, but like temperature hot.
Gonna just look down at her hands, cover her eyes, and start crying.
As you're awake, roll a perception check for me.
You should know better.
All right, you don't hear it. Let me grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Well, you do that, I'm gonna do the same. I'll be right back as well then.
Deft?
Surprise!
AFK again. Right back.
Deft. You
Yeah.
killed yourself because Omosh asked.
Uh-huh. To be fair, I forgot I couldn't fly. He's very persuasive, that one.
Yeah, I've never experienced that. Usually just hits me.
You know, if you just got to know him, I'm sure you could really get along. Hi, Dustin. How's it going?
I see. I was having an aneurysm during that whole time, Deft.
Uh-huh.
I had to mute myself. I'm still having an aneurysm.
Uh-huh. You okay there, buddy?
I'll
It's gonna
be.
be okay.
I mean, I'm more alive than Deft was.
Am I about to play 3 characters? Oh.
I'll split Jambo with you. Don't worry. No.
Joint custody.
No. Ari. You do hear crying from down the hall, even with your 3.
She hears crying from down the hall.
Uh-huh.
Does the voice sound familiar, or?
No.
Oh no.
The hall. Um, let's see. Can she keep herself? She kind of gets out of bed. Um, realizing that there's an unfamiliar voice, kind of take a moment to try and calm herself down, wipe her tears, and carefully head to the door and open it up.
As you kind of proceed down the hall, the crying is coming from like a sitting room. Down the hall, you see a blonde-haired individual with a drink of some sort in his hand, just like sitting there, quietly sulking, but definitely very distraught.
Was anyone who came with us blonde?
Oliver. It's Oliver.
Oh, okay. To wander down.
He does
That
hear you.
night?
His passive perception is ridiculous. Oh, apologies. Yes, indeed.
Me
His
too.
eyes are like swollen red and like his face is super puffy.
I assume he's drinking alcohol.
Yes. He looks like he's been drinking alcohol and crying. He's like, can I offer you a glass?
She'll take a glass.
And she kind of like pours you a glass, sits next to you. So, what keeps you up?
Serious? Dreams.
I don't remember my dreams. For quite some time now that I think about it.
I remember mine quite strongly. A
I
lot of
don't
the
know.
time they seem more like visions.
I don't know if that makes you lucky or unlucky. Like, to see nothing has its benefits, I suppose. I've always tried to keep busy, make everyone proud, do whatever was asked of me, and here I am. Months away from death. A little brother who's not ready to lead on his own, and an older brother who just committed suicide.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I have no idea what I'm going to tell him. And he just starts crying.
She'll place some arm on his back. Right there. Things will work out.
Unfortunately, technically, I guess I'm next in line to the throne, but in my condition, it'll all fall on him. The boy.
Lad?
Oh yes, Lad is third in line to the crown. He's my little brother.
Oh.
Yes. My name is not actually Oliver, by the way. My twin brother, my older brother, was king. I've kept him safe for years. I'm obviously the faster and more dexterous of the two, but, he has a kingdom. Had a kingdom. What do I tell him?
I don't know.
Oh, that makes two of us.
Never really had to break bad news to a sibling before.
Oh, I don't have delay. He'll be picked up tomorrow, likely, if I had to imagine. I don't even think my people would care for giving away our position. Collect their crown prince. Maybe it's best, maybe I should take him to a local city and we could be picked up there. I really don't want to give your position away. I do intend to stay, though. I want to see this through. But he needs to make it back. He's the future of our people. Besides, he's a good kid. No better little brother.
Thaddeus. Though I can't imagine there's any safe cities nearby.
It's like,
But I'm
we're
sure
not
they'll
far
be
from
fine to take
Curzon.
him here.
Like, I could always have Caleb or myself take him. Maybe that's a problem for tomorrow. You should get some sleep.
I don't know if I'm going to be getting any more sleep tonight, but
You should. You need your wits about you
so
tomorrow.
the same could be said for you.
In my current
Hard to move so
position,
quick when you're tired.
I've found that a dead man walking fights just as effective as a dead man dying. And it gives me all the more reason to fight. I'm already dead. I have nothing to lose. But he does.
Just kind of looks at him confused. Are you being hunted or cursed or something?
No, I've been. It's hard to explain, but due to some unsavory magic exposure, I'm not long for this world. 9 months, maybe, if I'm lucky.
Oh. Uh,
It's a story for another day, but I can finish this at least. He would have wanted it this
mhm.
way. At this point, Caleb kind of comes out and collects him. Thank you for taking care of him. And takes him back to his room.
Oh, that was nothing. She kind of just sits there looking at her drink for a little bit.
As the night goes through, I need 2 people to volunteer, one at a time. Who goes first?
I'll take.
Okay. Roll.
All right, one of you roll a d4. We'll just count whoever lands first. It makes it easier. And then another d4.
4.
1.
Polar opposites.
So that's north, south, east, west, and 1 square. Would you like to guess what's to your east? By 1 square.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
As you complete your wonderfully luxurious long rest, and you wake up in the morning. You have your breakfast. What do you wish to do?
Well, yeah, might as well get get used to the cold again. I'm gonna go outside.
You walk
Unless,
outside first.
yeah,
All right. It's
I
still
had the
snowing, but the blizzard is not as extreme. It's just a pretty heavy snowfall at this point.
okay.
I had the weirdest dream that I was falling last night. Can you imagine? I mean, I can fly. Why would I fall?
Yeah, I can imagine. Take a
At this
long
point,
drink of whatever alcoholic beverage he has.
It's so
There.
early, Ari. Jeez.
There's you get a message from Thorn.
Okay.
So Theris, do you know if the party will be returning? The young boy has taken a turn for the worse and it's rather sick. I'm a bit concerned.
He's talking about my boy?
He's talking about Lad, the boy on the ship.
Okay.
So there's 3 kids on the ship. There's Tanya, Lad, and Jambo. Lad is the prince.
We're starting a daycare.
We have a club. First rule about Kid Club, you don't talk about Kid Club, Tanya.
And what's the condition?
It's a sending spell, so we only had 24 words.
Okay. We'll return at haste. I'll gather everybody. The boy's getting worse. We need to head back to the ship.
Hmm.
Got a message from Thorn.
You mentioned that he's sick, and Oliver's like, and he looks pale and tired, but he's like, yeah, maybe we should head back and regroup.
Probably
Unless you guys want to dig
Mhm.
more.
We
I mean, I could go back by
can-
myself.
No, I may be needed as well.
Me, you, and Caleb could return if you want to dig. Caleb could stay here. Whatever you guys want to do. But I need to
We
check
can
on my
head
little
back.
brother.
I'll look at everybody else.
Mhm.
You're free to stay. I will return with Oliver.
Okay.
So you guys want to stay? So who all is staying? Who all is going? Just for reference.
Well,
How far of a trek is it back to the ship?
2 hours. Well, I would say at this point, you could probably do it in an hour because the blizzard's not as bad. But still about an hour.
we should probably all go back. After all, if you guys are ambushed on the way back,
You guys, you tell me.
Always a chance.
I'll.
Yeah, let's all go back.
We can have to move fairly stealthily. You know.
All right. You guys want to do anything in the tunnel before you leave, or you just go straight back?
Can I check on the tunnel?
Same progress as you left it.
Okay.
Although some of the cracks have slowly repaired, but it has not gained more ice.
Okay.
Anyone else? Or back the other way?
another drink, and yeah.
One more drink. Boop.
Mm.
All right. We begin heading back.
Mm-hmm.
We charge back for about an
Ari
hour.
also clearly looks like she's been up late.
As we're about 30 minutes out, Leah, are you my only psionic person out in the party? There are other people, but I believe they're all on the
she
ship.
is.
So there's Eltwin, there's Alarian, and I believe just you.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Leah,
Hi.
you hear voices, but they're not talking to you. Kill the traitors! Kill them now! It sounds like your mind flayer buddy.
My mind flayer buddy?
Char.
Oh,
He's talking to someone else, but you are picking it up right now.
that's odd. Well, I'm nosy. I'll keep listening in.
That's all you hear.
Oh. Well, I just got a weird vibe.
Oh,
Picked up some
Weird vibe.
static or something. Sounded like Rockshire.
Your friend from the underground base?
Oh, we're not friends.
Your associate from the underground base?
Yes, something about traitors?
traders.
Hmm?
So the fun part, Deft.
Hmm.
You left out the kill them part.
I'm not sure what to do with that. I'm gonna send a message to
Sorry,
one of Sora's monks.
monks.
Okay, what do you want to say? The one that talks the most. Sure, which one?
Sure.
Yeah, what
Sora,
do you
what's
want
their
to tell?
name? Give me a name.
Donovich! No.
No.
Too soon, too soon.
If you don't give me a name, I'm gonna make it up right now.
Give me a name. Give me a moment.
Can't put a man on the spot. It's my job. That's what I signed up for.
Victor.
Steve.
Victor. Friar Victor. Or
Victor.
Brother Victor. There you go.
Has anything weird happened today? Strange rumblings or just whatever?
It's funny that you should ask. We were actually evacuated yesterday evening. Some sort of large operation at the monastery. They didn't say much, but they took all of us and many of the townspeople, and we've been moving south.
Oh, I was really hoping everything was just fine. Oh, Sora, you might want to hear this. I'll tell you.
Yes.
They evacuated the town.
She looks more annoyed than surprised.
It has been a day. It has been a day.
Why?
Didn't really say.
Operation at the monastery.
Operation didn't say why they were evacuated though, besides an operation. So
Alright.
probably somebody stupid going down the hole, is what I would say.
Well,
At this
at
point,
least they got all the people out.
in the direction of the ship, you see smoke.
Ooh.
I
That can't be
need
good.
Leah, Ferris, and Sora, and Ari, and Tani, just because why not? I need all 5 of you to roll insight checks. Since you're kind of walking back together. Ooh, I'm here too. I'm here too. Hold on. I can roll. Okay, actually, Caleb doesn't care that much.
I know, but
He doesn't care that much
understood
either.
what Sora said.
Sora,
Yes.
I should give you advantage on that. Just roll and see if you get in that 20.
Insight.
Yeah. Just to see if you get a 20.
I got
You're missing to 0.
There's the rest
So-
of your 20.
So that's a 28.
it. Yes.
So as you put together what Leah's saying, what you know, you kind of put 2 and 2 together. And then it kind of strikes you. Leah, as you see the smoke, you realize your error. He wasn't talking to his children. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh no.
We've been betrayed.
Oh, and off in the distance. Your large dragon.
Yeah.
It is officially landed on you, but that's for next week. So it went back. So it flew over you. So it was 1 to your west. Or no, it was 1 above you to the west, and then it flew like down 1 or over, and then it bounced back. So it flew over you, and then it came back near you, and then it literally landed right on top of you.
Great. Love that.
It's okay. We have Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. We'll spend all of Christmas fighting.
No, our ship is being attacked by Santa Claus and his reindeer.
But yeah, you gather that message was definitely not for the children. You gather it's probably related to that, but it's probably sent to someone else who's on your ship.
Uh-huh. I put that together.
All right, guys. Have a nice night.
Hey, buddy.
Good night.
So the good question is,
Right.
Leah, who did it get sent to?
The sending spell?
No, who did the mental message from Rakshar get sent to that you picked up on?
Elwyn?
Sure.
That'd be
No one
Sure.
else, huh? There's nobody else on that ship with any type of psionic ability other than Alarian, right?
Uh-oh.
And then you remember your progeny. You left Jason on the ship.
Yes, you did.
I'm stupid.
So he's either talking to Jason or Elwyn, or both.
Yikes.
As
Yeah,
always,
you
it's
kind of
Death's
just
fault.
you kind of just left that alone. You like he got knocked out in the cave, and then you just kind of left him. You're not like, I should probably see if I can break this connection over him. You're like, hey, he's fine. He got up.
I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
You've had a lot on your plate, but well, actually, I'll give you a few more brief minutes here. So, as you shook the hand, Deft, you are no longer in hell.
Oh, that's a good first step.
You are also no longer on our planet. You are in a lava-filled landscape
God. No.
because you are bound in lava storm. Technically, still to this day. We will
So
continue
close
Death's
so far.
adventure between me and you,
Even with the new vessel?
even with the new vessel.
Oh
It still
man.
has your
There's a
soul.
reason for everything.
Freaking lava
There-
storm.
There's a
This is
reason
the-
for everything.
This is the third time I've been here.
You should really get yourself like centered somewhere else.
How do I do that though?
I don't know. That's for you to figure out.
Oh no.
So-
Am I wearing pants at least?
Nope. Butt naked.
Oh god.
You're butt
it's
naked
gonna
in
be
the lava storm. You're no longer a warlock. You have no items. You have no blessings. You have no devil enhancements. You're a pure rogue.
Freaking naked.
As written. Naked. No weapon.
Oh my god. That's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
We'll figure that out later, but you're one step closer.
Kalsto! You
And I'm-
home?
And unfortunately, this day a kingdom mourns their king, who were not told. They're just told he had an accident. But the king of Alamarn apparently died last night jumping from his balcony tower. I would have kept the tower personally, but that's me.
So, good question, Tick.
All
You
throughout the town.
tieflings start with infernal, right? Or is it abyssal?
It depends on the
Most, yeah. Normal
There's a-
tieflings start with infernal. Abyssal tieflings start with abyssal.
correct.
Mm. So
Although
no one
there-
understood what I said.
I did.
Nope.
Yeah, I know you did.
Ari does not speak infernal.
Um,
I'm-
which prince are you talking about, though?
Hmm?
Because the two that are there aren't bad. The other one's already dead.
Those two are fine. I don't know about the dead one. I'm talking about the one back home.
Oh. That one.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Who explicitly did what I told him not to.
He did it smartly. He evacuated the town, and then he did shenanigans.
I
But the-
informed him to no shenanigans.
The only downside, though, because he's got like help and things, but he didn't really give him a lot of information.
I didn't know a lot of information.
And the downside was like as they prepare their operation, everything down there knows exactly what's going on. We'll see how that one turns out. But the good news is that kingdom is very, very capable, and two of my favorite NPCs are there. So hold on, I can tell you just things to make it feel better. Thrall is there. His whole party is there. So he's got a party of 6 people as well. He's got a fire druid, a draconic sorcerer. What else does he have? He's a ranger. Thrall's a barbarian. There's a shadow cleric. There's one more. I can't remember who the other member is. But technically, they're all there with a bunch of other people, and he has the super big crossbow. So his crossbow shots are 2d8. I think 2d8, 3d8. Hold on, I have to pull up. Ooh, next week's gonna be fun though, people. This is by far one of the most terrifying encounters I think I've ever developed. But you get a whole crew of people.
Are you so happy that it landed on us finally?
A little bit. I'm a little bit scared, and I'm a little bit happy. I feel good that you guys aren't like in a bad position. Like you have a whole ship, you have a bunch of stuff, you have crates of potions, you got.
And we have a mind controlled, possibly Jason, and a mind controlled other guy.
Well, but that's a different thing altogether. That will happen before this happens.
Okay.
But
And we
just a
also
good
did
example.
just finish a long rest.
You did. I can tell you it won't matter though. Let me roll something real quick. So I just rolled one of the things I can do on a turn, and I rolled the 63 points of damage.
Wow.
That's one of the things.
What type of damage?
I hand designed this creature between many things. So that was 63 points of psychic damage.
Nothing I can do
Resistant
against
to
that.
that.
Oh, don't worry. You'll love this one, Leah. Let's see. My attack roll. That is a.
Why did it have
I rolled
advantage?
it. Don't worry about that. That's a 28.
That hits.
For that, that's my unknown attack. I roll 34 points of piercing damage and psychic damage.
I'm just gonna point out those two attacks would down me instantly.
And he still has multi-attack to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand now why I was asking the questions I asked last week?
Yep.
But on the bright side, you have some doozies on your team depending on how you stack up and prepare. The only difference between there's my boy. The only difference between Uralarian and Dissolarian, Dissolarian does not have the whips. He only has the bow and his two-hander. The whips are actually currently on one of the Cross brothers.
Hmm.
Give it time, though.
This is how I lose my spear.
No.
No. What do you
Get
mean
there.
no?
You have so much more you have to do. You're close. But you have your own little thing you got to do now, too. Because,
Okay.
that spear, do you remember where you got the power to wield that spear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not very handy, that was.